This is Car Guys New England, your YouTube channel for anything automotive.
Bad, cause it bit bad, short with the bad, like chips at the front, this fuck, I'm fly like a pelican in my bed, I like in my wave, hella quick, they get to the hook up on the elephant cut, my trunk, yeah, it's in the front, of course it's in the back, this a big, this a real big difference, you just want a club, I just need them racks, you just wanna party, so I just wanna rock.
This is Jay with Car Guys New England, and today we're going to talk about Loctite 545 and using it with hydraulic fittings. So I'm going to do something a little different. Usually I use Teflon, but this is a great experiment because I'm not rushing this particular setup that I'm putting together for a club member. So this particular product, you want to give it at least 36 hours to fully cure. I wouldn't use it within 24 hours or anything like that. It's an anaerobic compound, meaning that it does not need air to cure. Actually, when it comes into contact with metal, that starts the curing process. One thing that you need to be careful of, though, is that you don't touch the actual tip onto the threaded surface, because that can actually make an expensive bottle of this start to cure in the bottle. So remember to be careful. All right, so we have our Loctite 545. We have our fitting ready. We have take the cap off, and you're going to want to skip the first couple threads, and you're just going to put a nice dab of a ring around. Try not to touch it like I just did. As you go along. So there we go. I'm just gonna kind of wipe that a little bit just so it's in the threads, but you can see that we've skipped the first threads. Now we're gonna take that fitting, screw it in by hand as tight as you can go. Now we're gonna take our wrench. And notice I have this chrome fitting in the vise with a rag, and that's just to keep things from getting boogered up on the chrome. And now we're just gonna crank the fitting nice and tight. If you do have OCD like I do, I like to align everything the same, so all other fittings that I do, I'm going to try to get the flat spot in the perfect position, and I'll do that with all other fittings like this. A little more. All right, so we have our assembled T-fitting with the JIC, and now we have our check valve. It's very important to make sure that you have your check valve in the right direction. You'll see one side has a retainer inside it, and the other side has this cup. So pressure is going from that direction out. So we're gonna set our check valve up in the vise. Now we're gonna do the same thing on this fitting and just make sure that we get our thread lock on the threads like we did on the other ones. Okay, and this stuff kind of mushes around anyways, and less is definitely more with this, so any excess you can always wipe it up. Okay, and now we're ready to tighten that down. So at this point, and I like to be careful, I'm going to get something to wrap around this chrome fitting. All right, so now I got this paper towel to kind of protect this a little bit, and we're just going to go around with the fitting until we can get this nice and tight. Okay, just take your time. You don't want to booger up the chrome. Okay, we'll go around a little bit more, and I'm going to go until I have it perfectly straight and level with the check valve. And again, this is just OCD, but you'll see that this part down in the bottom now lines up with the check valve. And now we can take this fitting out, and we're just going to wipe up any excess thread locker that we have there to clean it up. All right, so now we have our fittings all set, and we're going to let those cure, but now I need to attach the check valves onto these fork assemblies that I'm building. So I'm going to get that together, and then we can wrap up this project. All right, guys, so that's how you use Loctite 545 on lowrider hydraulic fittings. We'll see how this holds up, and I'll keep you guys posted. If you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to comment down below. This is Jay with Car Guys New England. Until next time, take care.